In responding to these tragedies, we need to understand the cause of this challenge in our communities. One of the reasons that people use pesticides for is to deal with rat infestation or prevalence. The problem of rat prevalence or infestation is due in part to poor waste management in several areas where our people live. Rubbish is not collected regularly, streets are not cleaned as they should be, creating conditions for rats and other pests to thrive. Often the poorest communities are the worst affected, and often the cheapest remedies that are used are these highly hazardous substances like Tebufos and Aldicap. Another challenge is that responsibility for environmental health that should happen in our communities is the responsibility of local government. Many municipalities do not have the capacity and resources to conduct inspections of these businesses and enforce regulations. Our response must therefore address all these factors that contribute to the problem. We also need to prevent the spread of misinformation which has been prevalent. The investigations that have taken place do not suggest any deliberate campaign to poison children in our country. There is also no evidence that the problem is confined to Spaza shops that are owned by foreign nationals only. These products are just as likely to be sold in shops that are also owned by South Africans. We all have a duty as the state, as a society, as parents and families to protect those amongst us who are most vulnerable, and these are our children. Following the special meeting of Cabinet, we have decided to make the following interventions. The first intervention is to get hazardous pesticides off our streets and our shelves. The second critical intervention is to protect children from exposure to these substances. The third critical intervention is to prevent future outbreaks. The following measures will be implemented with immediate effect. To get hazardous pesticides off the street, we now have directed that the Spaza shops, which have been implicated in the deaths of children, must be closed with immediate effect.